All right, Ty back here. Got a tier list here with TV series. Missed the gym today. My body was tired from work, so got to post something up. We're gonna start with I think this is iRobot. I've never seen it, but I am very interested. I heard very good things about that. And now we got Better Call Saul. If you haven't seen Better Call Saul, it's up there. Has a slow start. It has a slow start, but it's really good. Gives a lot of background to a character from Breaking Bad, which will also be in the S tier. Love these shows. It's very hard. Well, we're gonna put that there. It's very hard for me to overthrow these two as S tier. I could put S plus, to be honest. Let me change some stuff around. Let's do S A B C. Yeah, we could do that. We could do that. And now we got Daredevil. I was in the middle of it, and I loved it. I haven't gone back to it though. Um, but I know this is good. This is probably gonna be a A or an S by the time I get to it. Next we got Dexter. I started Dexter with the wife. I've heard really good things about it, but as a whole, it's just I don't know. The first episode, it was good. I can see this being. I have to put it here because I didn't finish it. But I heard the ending's terrible. But personally, just off the things I feel on it, I'd put it C, even though I have not finished it. And I know I have a tier list spot for that, but
Shopping for your next car?
wow.
What about a sunroof?
Sorry about that, y'all. You know, I don't got the premium on this, but next we got Game of Thrones, and I loved Game of Thrones when it came out. I was a little slow. I came into the fan base during season, I want to say 6 to 7. No meme intended, but yeah, I love this series. Yes, it had a bad ending, but I still feel like it's worth the watch for those moments that it's not the ending. So I'm gonna put it as. And next we got, I think this is Gotham. Yeah, we got Gotham. It was the beginning portrayal of Bruce Wayne. Um, what was it on? I think it was on Hulu or something like that. But it had an interesting plot with but it just wasn't canon, if that makes sense. Like we saw the Joker in here, and he became the Joker way before Bruce became Batman. So it was a little weird. Um, but it was tolerable. It was tolerable. But I did give up on it, though. I did give up on it. Just the way they were headed. And now we got House of the Dragon, the not the sequel, but the prequel, like another series in the Game of Thrones verse. This is like way before Daenerys and Jon Snow. Um, I'm in the middle of it. The current season is running right now, season 3, and I stepped away on it because of my feelings with the they weren't going towards the books, and I just felt like it was just such a disrespect, especially when damn, I don't have that one in here. Oh, right, it's actually right there. Um, what is that one called? Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. We'll go ahead and do this one first. So right now, Knights of the Seven Kingdoms is S up there with Game of Thrones, but because it has ended, I can't like solidify it there. So it's like a soft S. But as a House of the Dragon, with the way it's going, and then showing us the ending of Game of Thrones in the middle of this, it just kind of soured the taste in my mouth. But I'm gonna put it at a B. Like it's above average. It's still a good show. It gets a little slow, but it's still a good show, I'd say. Next up, we got Lost, and then these series are just the series that I've seen and that I wanted to put on here. Depending on the day, I probably will switch this tier list, and that's with all tier lists I'll probably do in the future. But next we got Lost. When I was young, I was very captivated by this show. It was pretty like with the airplane, and then towards the end, bro, where they got back on the plane and they landed the plane. Sorry for spoilers. Of course, we're talking about TV series. It could be spoilers, but I gave up on this show, man. Pretty hard. And then now we got Mayans. I just finished Sons of Anarchy. Do I even have that on here? How do I not have Sons? Uh, wow, I don't have Sons of Anarchy on. But click here to add image, or don't want to go into my files over here. But for the Mayans, I'm in the middle of it. If I were to put Sons up here, I'd put Sons A. Oh, damn. And then Parks and Rec. This is a different type of. Now, if we put something S, that doesn't mean they're like is S plus in their genre, like drama. These are definitely at the top of the list, and these I would say are S at the top of the list. Fantasy, drama, horror. Peaky Blinders is up there, man. Even though I will say I haven't finished it all the way, or I don't remember, but when it was going on, it was peak. Okay, next we got. Yeah, I'd put Peaky there. Actually, I put Peaky Blinders A. And then we got Parks and Rec. Parks and Rec is a good B for its genre, like a comedy. And then now we got Prison Break. Prison Break was good, man. With the first prison, oh, beautiful. And them escaping and, going around the world with him and his brother. That was cool. And then when we got to the next prison, it just got, it low key got really repetitive. So I'd put it, uh, I put it average in front of Dexter though, only because I haven't finished Dexter. So if it's over here by the column, that means it's at the top of the list. Um, then we got Punisher. Punisher. Sons is right there. Okay. Punisher. It's crazy because I did finish Punisher and I didn't finish Daredevil, even though Punisher starts in Daredevil. Um, Punisher, man, I don't know. John Berthel, I love the actor John Berthel. He just did an amazing job of portraying Punisher, and he's in the upcoming Spider-Man, even though he probably won't be cussing like he did in the TV show because MCU. But I really liked it. I really loved the Punisher in the MCU, or I guess in the Marvel Netflix series, whatever. Bloody, everything you wanted from the hero, from the hero, anti-hero, whatever you want to say. But I gotta put an S. I gotta put an S for a TV show series. And then now we got. I just watched this one with my wife. Damn, what is the name? What is the name, chat? Gonna have to click my phone up because I made this. I made this list a while ago. I just put the pictures up, thinking I would remember. Opera GX. Shout out Opera GX. I gotta stare at this. Severance. Severance. Very cool concept. It's an Apple exclusive. Probably the only reason why I'd get the Apple subscription. It's coming out with some bangers though. Severance is up there. Oh, it's in the middle of it, so I can't put S plus. We don't have an ending yet, but we do have an ending for Snowfall. Snowfall was an amazing S plus. I put it up there with Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul. I put it number 3. A lot of people did not like the ending, but I think it was well deserved, especially with the Kendrick Lamar Pride song at the end. Amazing, amazing. And then next we got Sons of Anarchy. Just finished this series, and that's why I'm on the Mayans. Sons seasons before they got into the drugs was so peak, man. It was like at the top. And then when they started getting into all these I mean, season two it started with it, but like when they started getting into these unnecessary violence, it was a lot. It was a lot to deal with personally. But Sons of Anarchy was a time, man. It was a time. It's definitely worth the watch. It's above C. I put it with Peaky. Is it above Peaky Blinders? I need to rewatch Peaky Blinders, so since I'm in the middle of that, I'll just put it down there. But Sons is definitely an A. It's a must watch. Yeah. So a C's like you can watch it, a B's like above average, A and up is a must watch in my head. The Sopranos. You have to put that at the top of the list. Without The Sopranos, there is no other series that does villainy like this because it really started with The Sopranos. Even though it's a small story about a gang affiliate family with the Italian mafia, it just captures you, and it's like you get so interested in these characters in no ways that you thought you would. Like I started caring about the daughter, the son, and how he's affected by Tony's mob mentality, and then just the mindset to put the mob boss in a therapy chair with the therapist, and then the mob sharing their feelings on it, and the mob members. And then throughout the series, he keeps going or stops. And you see the effects of that. Big on mental health, big on the first TV show in history to go about following a protagonist that is a bad guy. Really, if there was no Sopranos, there'd be no Breaking Bad. And I got Breaking Bad at the top, but I have to pay homage to The Sopranos. And I watched The Sopranos after the Breaking Bad, and it still stands up to the test of time. Even though a lot of the people, rest in peace to the main character, Gandolfini. He's an amazing actor. He pretty much gave his life to the role, and the way it just affected him, and how the entourage would follow him because of this big role. Amazing TV show. Super hard to not put at number one. And next we got I know these are just some random TV shows I thought of, but this is the things I've watched. You know, it's not like I've watched every single drama, every single whatever. These are the things I've watched personally so far, and I have to make an update in the future. Then I'll probably just update this live TV show tier. I have to label this live TV shows 2026. Yeah, I can just put the year because I'm sure I wouldn't. Can I just save this and come back? Wait, did it save my stuff? Oh, I did. Okay, thank you. Thank you. But okay, we got Squid Game. Squid Game was a time. Season 1 took the world by storm. Nothing like it. Season 2 did it again, caught lightning in a bottle. Season 3, because they cut season 2 in half and released season 3, it kind of killed the momentum of the show. But if you were to able to watch it all in one run, it'd be pretty solid. But the second part of season 2 was, or was it? Oh, they just made it into a new season, I think. It just kind of killed the thunder when it got to season 3. But that don't make it a bad brother, man. You know, that don't make it a bad show.
Shopping for your next car? That maybe.
Oh, I just found it. My bad, yo. It's pretty funny.
Pictures.
Bro, where's
Shopping
the
for your
full
next
screen
car?
go?
What about a sunroof?
It's this. Not interested, bro. But yeah, next we got Stranger Things. It was alright. I mean, season 1 through, let's see, when did it start? Just was it? It's way. Uh, it's when they retconned. Oh boy, that's where I just started to wail on it. So just because of that, I gave up on it. I wouldn't really start it if you were to watch it. Like pick it up. It's not. It will not stand the test of time. I'll just tell you that. So it's not really worth your time. But next we got the boys, as in action with superheroes, rated R stuff. There's nothing like it. It deserves, even though the ending is kind of not kind of. The ending is very like a wet fart in the wind, where it's just like, damn, really, that's it. But the moments unforgettable. Have to put it at right behind House of the Dragon. No disrespect to Parks though, love Parks. The Flash. If you're a big superhero fan like me, season one was cool. Um, I put it in between Dexter and Prison Break. Prison Break is it. This is like top of C tier, halfway down the must watch. Do I want to take it out? I think I'm gonna take it out. Yeah, I'm gonna take it out and put it at the bottom of B, and then we're gonna go with The Office, which is A, middle of Squid Game and Sons. And when I'm ranking these, you got to think of the genre they're in, like as in comedy. As in comedy, though, it's probably S tier. Yeah, S tier. Yeah, I can see that. And now we got the Penguin, the spin-off series from the Batman. What year did that come out? 2021, 2020. The Robert Pattinson Batman. The Penguin goes in. It's up there, man. It's a must watch. I loved it. And it shows Batman at the very end. Batman's not in it. This is a Penguin show. It shows his origin. I don't know if I can put it S plus, but I love this show. Okay, now we got the People versus OJ Simpson with Cuba Gooding Jr. Um, this was just very memorable to me when I watched it with my family. I think it came out on Netflix for the first time. It was just a part of history, and that's probably the only reason why I put it on S plus, but at the bottom of F. Even then, it just doesn't feel right. I put it at S in the bottom of S. The way they portray OJ, and it's like history. It's right after the Rodney King riots, and LA is scared to put put a guilty black man in jail, so they let a guilty man free. Allegedly, they let him free because they were scared of the people of LA were gonna have another riot off, racism. And then, even in the show, one of the ads is saying, "I'm not black. I'm OJ." Like even OJ didn't really care about the racist stuff because OJ was, if you don't know, OJ was a the Juice. He was a football player for the. I'm not that old. I was probably a kid when the OJ Simpson. Like my dad and my mom, they were out there rioting or looting during the Rodney King riots, and I was at home, in my grandma's house being watched by my grandma. So this was a part of history, and it was acted very well. A lot of name brand actors in here. Surprisingly, I was surprised to see a lot of people contributing to the history of O.J. Simpson and the trial and the glove. And then because I wasn't there, I didn't know anything about it. So this was a good piece of history to watch. Yeah, it's a little more dramatized, but you can see it as a documentary and an entertaining documentary. But it was really good, really good. Um, and now I got Vikings. My dad told me to watch this, and my wife's sister told me to watch this, so I'm gonna have to put this in Never seen, but very interested. He's very interesting to me. And gonna have to stop the tier list on really what got me into TV series when I was a kid. I think it was my freshman year. I'm kind of telling my age here. It was graduated in 2017 minus 4. It was the summer of 2012. I was going from middle school to high school, and I heard of this show called The Walking Dead, and that's why we put it there. It was my first introductory to like TV series and becoming a fan of TV series. And crazy enough, it was coming out the same time as Breaking Bad. And then we know where Breaking Bad is. And I thought at that age, Walking Dead was better than Breaking Bad. Just to come up to The Walking Dead doesn't stand the test of time as Breaking Bad does. The Walking Dead, what failed on it? I put it C, but there's nothing really you need to watch in there. I just gave up in there. I used to think of my mind when I was watching The Walking Dead, like, hey, not every episode has to be, the best episode. And then I watched Breaking Bad, and I'm like, actually, every episode can be a good episode. There's just a lot of filler. It just felt the pacing was very slow for me. Um, let's see. We can put Lost at the top of Gave Up on, because, like, you can still watch Lost. Mm, yeah. So my gave up on list is pretty much the started, but I gave up on it. So I gave it a chance, and I gave up on it, and I'd recommend really not picking it up. In the middle, explains itself. I think I'm gonna prioritize for right now. I really like Sons, but I think I'm gonna prioritize. I'm gonna go back. Yeah, I'm gonna prioritize the Lions because I just come out of the Suns. And a lot of people say it's not as good as the Suns, but I'll be my own judge of that. You know what I mean? But next after that, it'd probably be Peaky, and then I'd watch Daredevil because it's been a while since I watched The Punisher. But Punisher's fire, and it's sad that I haven't watched Daredevil because he appeared in Daredevil first. Um, I did put Dexter on. He was in the middle of slash will finish, but I probably won't finish this series, especially hearing the feedback. I know I can be my own judge, but I heard the ending was just so bad, like Game of Thrones level bad, and I just don't think the things leading up to it would really save that. And no one has really argued to me that it will. So until I get that argument, I probably will leave it there. Flash, not picking that crap up, bro. It's a CGI slop, terrible. If they just made a good Flash movie, it'd be cool, But my honest thoughts with Flash, they had a good cast, they had a good story in the beginning, and then it's just started getting convoluted. But I don't know, some superheroes are just so hard to capture on the big screen. But with the right director, I think the Flash can be done correct. Um, it has to be a weekly thing, I believe. Like building tension. I don't know. Someone has to come along to bring the Flash up the right way, honestly. And now we got the B tier. House of the Dragon at the top. It's live right now. The story's great. Um, Pacing's a little off. I believe it was season 2. Or, no, we're in season 3. Season 2 was just a fluff fest. Like you could have honestly just read the spark notes on that one. You didn't need to really watch that. Unbelievable that I even heard that, or that I even wasted my time watching that. But season 3 is out, and I still need to sink my teeth into that. But because they are going against I guess not the wishes, but like directive narrative. They're taking their own creative spin on the book, which always doesn't really lead to greatness. It's usually when they stand right by the book and have some creative flair to it, not too much, like maybe some looks at most, but when you start changing storylines from the original source material, it just goes bad. That's pretty much what happened with Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones, in the books, it ends at like season 5 or 6, and then after that, they just had to keep making it up because the books weren't out yet. And then, spoiler alert, they're still not out yet. So we don't really get a satisfying conclusion if they made the right choice with making up their own ending, because there is no ending to the books yet. George R. Martin still has not released that. Um, we got Knights of the Seven Kingdoms. George R. Martin is very involved with this. That's why I have it up here. First season, great, loved it. And it's just a little story. It's not about the throne and everything. It's in the same. It's right before, like a little bit, couple years before, maybe a couple 100 years before the beginning of Game of Thrones. So it's like we still see the houses. There's still somewhat of dragons from House of the Dragons. So it's like this is the first, the prequel is the first, and then this is like middle, and then Game of Thrones. Even though Game of Thrones came out first. The Punisher, man. Must see. Action. A lot of memes in here that you'll see. Unforgettable performance from John Berthel. I could be biased too, and I'll put that out there. Severance is just changing the game. It's brand new. Still ongoing. The Office is timeless classic. Have to put it in. For comedy. If I put the genre of comedy, it has to go. It has to go S plus. Just rethinking it, but like seeing it next to this cast does. Nah, it fits. It fits there. It fits. Yeah, I can see it there. But after Severance, we got The Penguin. It was a limited time series. It's not really. It's still standalone though. It's part of the Matt Reeves universe of the Batman, but it's good, man. It's good. It's really good. But if I had to reorganize this, I'd put right here and then right here. Severance is only at the bottom of the list because it's ongoing. But man, what a start Severance got. 2 seasons of peak. Just innovative thinking. I'm not going to spoil anything because I think you should go in fresh minded when you go into Severance. And he's an actor from Parks and Rec. I forgot his name. But Parks and Rec is amazing. Love Parks and Rec. And then we got our undeniable S plus list. The Sopranos, you really can't beat The Sopranos, especially because they started everything. This was the foundational piece to all of the TV series you love, to be honest. And then Breaking Bad. What can I not say about Breaking Bad? If you haven't seen Breaking Bad, you gotta watch Breaking Bad. And the reason why Better Call Saul's right after that is because same director, same story about a side character, and the writer actually wrote in this side character. He wasn't originally part of the plot line, and he made up the story about the side character in his own series. Peak, just so peak. The pacing does start slow. You don't even see any of our characters that we know until later. I mean, first episode you see some of our returning members of Breaking Bad. This is pretty much a prequel to Breaking Bad. You could say prequel and sequel because Breaking Bad happens in the middle of Better Call Saul, if that makes sense. Now we got Snowfall S plus. Being a kid from LA, man, hearing on this Wigga talk was amazing. And like the beginning of crack cocaine, and this was history too. As I was showing this to my uncle, he's like, "Hey, this really happened. They went up to go get it from the Bay, from Oakland, and with the CIA and everything. Most of it is based off a true story." And Snowfall was amazing, and then seeing it all come full circle, I love the ending. I think it stands the test of time. And next we got The Office, which I recently moved to S plus. It's because when you think of comedy and shows, you could just throw on The Office and have a good time. You know what I mean? It could be any episode too. That's why I put it up there. It's iconic. It's as iconic as the top five up here for me personally. A lot of people. This is just from TV shows I've seen, and it'll probably be updated as I go throughout the years, watching more TV shows. But leave a comment down below on what anything I should be watching. I think my order of what I'm going to watch is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or actually, it's gonna be Mayans, Peaky, Vikings, Robot, and then Daredevil. But life has been getting crazy, so I haven't really had time to watch TV shows like that. But yeah, this is the list, my list. I'll leave the link below on if you want to make your own list on these shows. Yeah, I'll figure that out. But yeah, catch you on the next one. I love you. Okay, I love you more.